All right, so basically, I think most of the ingredients I use for this is the oil, a baking tray with tin foil, a lidded jar. This has some water in it, lime, tomatoes. I use either Campari tomatoes or heirloom tomatoes. One of those two. Campari is my first choice, heirloom is my second, but they're both equally as good. I have onion. I have a serrano pepper. I use cilantro. I use one of the bags from the grocery store. Garlic, salt, pepper, a little bit of cayenne, some cumin, and paprika. And that's pretty much what I use to make it. Then what I do is I take the tomatoes and I cut them in half, and then from the top I remove the stems that you have there. This time I am using 3 tomatoes. I usually only use 2, but my batches, I don't know, I'm trying it with 3, so it might be too diluted with this batch. So like I said, typically I do 2, but this time I'm doing 3. Then I take all the tomatoes and the serrano chili, and I will put them onto this baking tray, and I take the foil and I just kind of fold it up so it's kind of like a bowl. So as the juices come off of the tomatoes, it can collect in here and I can use that. So I will just put them on like this on here, and I'll do that for all of them, and then I'll add the chili as well. Then once everything is on there, I take just the spray oil and I spray down everything, and then I'll turn the chili over and I will spray that down as well. And then this will go into the oven. So I get the oven going up to 420, and then I will put this in the oven for 15 minutes. So this is where mine are at after 15 minutes, but I like more cracking in the skin. So I'm not seeing enough yet, though the pepper looks pretty good. So I'm gonna put it in for another 5 minutes. All right, so I put it in for another 5 minutes, and I don't know how easy it is to see, but you can see the skin is more peeling off and whatnot, so that's good enough for me. So then what I do is I take this bowl, and then I put this bag in there and I line it. And so it looks like that. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take these and I'm gonna scoop them in and put them into there. So they are hot, so I use these things. I scoop it up, I put everything in there, and then I'm going to take this and I'm going to dump all the juices in there also. And then now that that's in there, I'm just going to take this and I wrap it up and I seal it up, and then I put a lid on it, and then I will let that sit for 15 minutes. So that as they the heat comes off of them, it softens them and it makes it easy to peel off the skins that are around them, because I don't use the skins. So I'll set my timer for 15 minutes and come back. So while everything is building up in the jar there, I chop up my cilantro. Now I usually have more than this. I probably have like twice as much as this usually, but this is all I had left. And then I have this onion, which I took half of, so I chopped off the top. I took off the outer rings, which I don't use. And then with this, I'm probably going to I'll take like this, and I'll cut this off, and I will set this aside because I'm actually going to blend this part of the onion, but not the rest. So with that onion, I didn't even use all of it. I chopped up this part. I still have this part there. And again, that's just going to go in the blender. I'll keep this to the side just in case I want to add more onion later, but now I'm just waiting for this to finish steaming. But essentially what's going to happen is when 15 minutes is up, I'm going to take the lid off and I'm just going to let it cool down for about 5 minutes. All right, so this is after 15 minutes sitting in there, so maybe you can see the steam coming off of everything, but you can see everything starting to liquefy. So everything's pretty warm right now. So I'm going to let this sit for 6 or 7 minutes, and then I'm going to peel off all the skins of everything, and then I'm going to dump it into my whatever this is, purifier or whatever, and add some stuff to it. Now I've taken everything out of here and I put it on this plate so it's easier for me to peel the skins off, and then I'm going to just dump all this liquid into there. And then I will do the same with this, though I have an appointment, a Zoom call I have to go on, so I will probably come back to this in an hour or so. I've been away for a while because I had stuff to do, but anyway, so here's all the tomatoes. Then this is like the pepper skin and the tomato skin. So I'm going to put all the tomatoes in here, but I'm going to cut open the pepper and de-seed that. So there's the peppers, took the seeds out. So I'm going to put both of these in there, but if you want to make it more mild, you might only want to put one of those in there. Then, like I said, I have these pieces of onion that I'm going to add into it. And now is where I add different items here. And I don't really have measurements, I just kind of look and see. So first I'll start with the garlic. So there's the garlic that I'm going to put in there. I might add a little more, we'll see. Camera cut out, so I don't know if I got this part. So I put in a big scoop of garlic. Now I'm going to just take some sea salt. And again, I don't like really measure. I just kind of put in what I want. Kind of put in a lot. There we go. Then I take pepper and actually pre-grind it. So now I did that, and then I'll just dump that in there. Then I put in red pepper. If you don't want it spicy, you might want to avoid red pepper, but also it has a good flavor. And you just kind of eyeball it. I don't put in a whole lot. Then I will put in paprika. Again, not a whole lot, but I'll do it over this. And then cumin. So this is very potent. So again, I don't do a lot. Just put in a little bit of that. And if I want more, I can always add more. And I take lime and I just juice lime there. I usually have more lime and then I have another part that I put in afterwards. But that is all I have of the lime. And then I'm going to blend all this together. Just so that's it, and I'll do a taste test. It's good. It is a little bit more tomatoey than usual because, like I said, I use an extra tomato, but it's fine with me as long as it doesn't taste like ketchup. So then I just dump that into a bowl. And if I want to add more spices, I can, but I'm going to just let this all marinate for a while. So then I'm just going to take all of this and this and just dump it in there. I'm realizing I forgot to add my water when I blended. So it's not too thick. I put in just a little bit of water. So you saw it wasn't a whole lot, but I do add water. But I'll just add it here. So there's that. Onions and cilantro are in there. I'm going to see if I can get a little bit of more lime juice out of this to put in there. See, there's not a whole lot. And then I'm just going to stir this together. And usually it's much warmer because I do it all in a single process. But like I said, I had to take an hour break to go do something. But anyway, then I'm just going to let this sit in the fridge for a while and marinate and typically cool down. Though it is probably room temperature now. But that's it. And I enjoy it.